Hello world. The most common reason why a server stops working in the middle of the night is a full disk. Maybe you have seen my other video about strace and used it to diagnose the problem. Maybe you have seen this line here. Error, no space left on device. In this case, you can be sure that you have a problem with a full disk. Now let's have a look at the escalation path, how to solve it and what can go wrong. We start with the command df-h, like disk free. So we see indeed there's 100% used, and this 100% used is on the slash folder. That's unfortunate. That means programs can't continue to run. So what do? We become root, go to the slash folder, and have a look at the disk usage. Once this command has returned, we see that the biggest portion is in the var directory. By the way, please do not try to randomly delete files from the user directory. Typically, they are being managed by a package manager. So concentrate on home, on var, and on temp. In this case, if you look closer, we see that var log, big log file, has been escalating. Var log big log file is now 7.5 gigabyte. And by the way, that is typical that log files continue to take more and more disk space over the time, and then suddenly disk is full and nothing works any longer. So you probably say, let's remove the log file like this. We do this, and then we call disk free again, and disk is still full. So what happened here? Congratulations, you got a ghost file. Ghost files happen when you have deleted the file name from the disk, but the file content is still needed by Linux because another process still has a handle open on this file. This is typical for log files, because when you have a log file, you typically have a log writer, which is a process which has this file open. So if you just delete the file will not free up disk space, just the file name will be deleted. Good news, however, is that we do not need to reboot the computer. Rebooting the computer would, of course, help. However, it is much easier. We have a command that is ls open files, lsof, and it shows us what handles are still open. So when we grep for deleted, I've also made a video on grep, then we will see we have one process here, process ID 3783, and this has var log big log file open. So when we kill the process 3783, it should work. But let's first have a look into this process. We go to the virtual folder proc, which is an interface to the kernel, and in it we go into 3783 and then in FD like file descriptors, and here we see which file descriptors this process has open, and just say in ls, and I see that it has 4 files open, 0, 1, 2, and 3. ls-l shows us that 0 is standard input, so keyboard or terminal or whatever. 1 is standard output, 2 is a standard error, and 3 is already the file that we are looking for, var log big log file, which is deleted as a file name. So I am now killing this process, 3783, and what happens now? I was successful. This is why I get the return code 0. However, when I say ls now, I don't find anything because I'm in the kernel, in the folder that has been created for the process that is now deleted. So I just say cd and look around, df-h, and we see we have again 73% free disk space on the slash folder. So it has worked. The file not only the file name has been deleted, also the file content has been freed up, and we can write onto this disk again. And now the really crazy thing comes. Imagine you have a super important file, let's say a database file, and I'm going to simulate this here using just a file. This is a super important file. Control D. We do a tail -f file on it and send this to the background. So we will now have a process that has this opened. And we will have the same thing like before. We now have a process ID 3820, and this has a handle on this file, and we can now delete this file. And I want to see if we can restore it. So imagine you have a database, and this database is running, and you have accidentally deleted the database file. What do you do? In this case, the database file is the super important file. But you have said rm file as an accident. Let's assume this is an accident. So what can you do now? You can now go to the proc folder, to the pit that has still a handle on this file, and look around here. And now you say cat3, and you still have the file, you just don't have the file name. So you just say cat3 creator / root / restore, restore. And now I go into my home folder, which is root, and I do a cat on restore. And I have restored a file that had been accidentally deleted just because I did not reboot the computer and the process still had a handle on it. And this is something I love about Linux.